Hey everyone, and welcome to 1v1 Me Bro. And I am beyond hyped today because we have an honorary guest today. We have a world champion, obviously the stage 3 player of this stage in the CDL, and a member and the AR for the 3-time CDL major winners this year, Atlanta FaZe Arcitys. Bro, welcome to the show, man. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Just got back from LAN, been taking my days off, so
yeah, man.
Been good.
Oh my word, yeah.
Great.
This is kind of like the bye week for all the boys in the CDL right now, chilling, vibing before stage 5. Things you love to see. So obviously, if you guys are new to the show, for all you viewers out there, this is 1v1 Me Bro, basically just kind of the game show, talk show, podcast experience. And we usually start around here with some icebreaker questions, and that kind of leads into our like guess that moments and things like that. So off the rip, this is 1v1 Me Bro. So the question is, do you have a favorite 1v1 in history? It could be your own 1v1, it could be somebody else's, it could be in Call of Duty, or it could be in another sport or esport. What comes to mind when you think of like the best 1v1s of all time?
This would probably say a lot. I think of the fastball and karma one.
Yeah,
That's the first one that comes to my head. Obviously the formal versus assault, but Matt's my guy, so I'm not gonna.
Yeah, I love it.
The Damon and fastball one was crazy because we're sitting there, we're like, no way, like I don't know if Optic loses, I don't know who we're gonna play in the final. So
yeah,
like, if we make it, so that was kind of a weird situation.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, that one's definitely been said a few times, but it's obviously kind of like one of the highlights. Obviously, the next one is pretty straightforward. It's just the 3 people dinner guest question of all time. So if you could choose 3 people alive right now to have the dinner, talk with, hang with, vibe with, who'd you be choosing?
This is gonna be a good one.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it.
I'm a Seattle fan, so
okay.
I'm gonna go Marshawn Lynch.
Oh my word, okay.
And to all the memers out there, Kevin Durant, he was a supersonic once.
Really? Okay.
Everyone thinks it's a troll, but I actually am a fan of Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
And let's go, I don't know, Russell Wilson. Go Russell Wilson.
I love it. I was literally one of my other follow-up questions was gonna ask who's your favorite Seattle Seahawk of all time. So that's perfect. So which one is your favorite Seattle Seahawk of all time?
I'd have to say Bobby Wagner.
Oh my word, freaking Bobby Wagner, the menace.
Or Sam Chancellor, one of the two.
Yeah, both of those were insane.
Yeah, he was crazy.
I mean, you know, I don't know if you can see, but like back there, I got some Patriots stuff, and that kind of makes everyone. It's an automatic L for most people.
Yeah, not for me.
That's the auto L. Yeah, no, it's tough stuff. But I know. I mean, obviously, one of my highlights of like high school was the Super Bowl, the throwing at the 1-yard line play, but you know, I don't want to bring that up off the rip here.
It's fine. I was actually working.
Oh, for real?
We were working at Dairy Queen. Yeah, all the girls got that day off, and like they made all the guys work, and we all lost school because they wanted to go party and have fun. When me and Fess were like big Seahawks fans, and we were like, "Fuck."
That's insane.
Yeah,
bro, what?
It was fucked up.
Have you made it to any games like lately at all? Like ever got it back?
I was actually. I've never been to a sports game before, but tomorrow I was supposed to, or Sunday, sorry. I was supposed to go to the Hawks game.
No way.
Yeah, the Hawks versus Bucks.
Are you going?
I want to, but like,
bro,
there's some stuff I gotta take care of. But I
don't know, man. You kind of gotta make it happen. That would be so sick. That'd be awesome, man. Go see some Trae Young action.
Yeah,
that'd be sick. But yeah, that'd be wild. Oh my goodness. I think you guys gotta make it happen, bro. That's insane.
Yeah, for sure.
That's sick. I love that answer for sure. And then the last 2 here, pretty straightforward. This one is just the straight up. Which movie have you seen the most in your life? Everyone has weird answers for this one generally. The most, which is the key to this question.
I'd have to go Dodgeball.
Really?
I'd say
that
Dodgeball.
That is a freaking classic right there.
See, like when we were younger, like we didn't have much money, and my dad had like a 2-in-1 like VCR TV, that kind of thing. And we had to rewind it every night or something like the DVD player. I don't know what it was. We rewind it every night and just watched it, just to like, cause it's like there's always like movies or shows that I always watch to make me fall asleep, and Dodgeball is one of them. Oh,
that makes sense.
So I mean, literally, watch it all the time.
I keep like an old VCR TV back there because it's like the first TV I played video games on. I just think it's like cool vibes.
Sick, yeah.
And like the NES and everything. But yeah, no, for sure. The VCR experience was like always insane. Like, oh my word. Yeah, so the last one here. If you had to survive on a deserted island with 3 Call of Duty pros, who you picking and what are they doing on the island here to help you survive?
Oh God. I have to pick Crim6. I got the straight shirt.
Okay. All right. Yeah. He'll get the jobs done, you know?
I'd go with Formal because it'd be like kind of funny with those two.
For sure.
I'd have to throw a
he
little
just picked Crim Formal back to back.
Yeah,
oh,
I'd have to throw some Cell mix in there
and some Cell.
Yeah,
those vibes are gonna be insane, bro.
You can't make a better 4. That's a great team right there.
Oh my word, yeah. Who's like the hunter gatherer? I mean, Crim's definitely out there. He's hunting for sure. Yeah, he's got his like MP5 rocking on a strap to his back probably or something.
And you got Formal just roasting him every time.
100%.
Saying some weird shit.
Oh yeah, you guys are building the civilization out there.
Every time.
The vibes would be immaculate. Oh my goodness, I love it. But dude, that's a high quality answer right there for sure. So. With that said, I think we can head into kind of our first like name that segment. And so off the rip here, we have one COD history moment, and then we have one video game trailer. So we'll start off with the COD history moment here. We'll run it all the way through and then give us your best guess of what it is. And you just got to name the game, the event, the teams that we're playing, and then just describe like the play as best you can. So here we are off the rip. Let's freaking check it out. Let's get it.
By attach. Again, the numbers advantage goes to FaZe. 3 versus 2 at the moment. Looks like Bomb Carrier Drama's trying to tag someone up. Rewind gets popped, I believe. There he is. Drama and Pristini able to find 2 kills. 2 versus 1. It's up to Zuma. He wins the first engagement. Can he win the second? No!
Vegas. This is Vegas, and I heard attach, so I'm assuming once we beat FaZe Clan, got top 12. The Gosu crew. Me, Preston. I heard Drama.
Yeah.
Was it Pierce?
It was Pierce. It was Big P, baby. And yeah, that was the FaZe crew. Yep. With Enable, Zuma, Clay, and Attach. And you were right. That was for top 12. And yeah, what I looked actually was crazy is that Splice and Envy also finished top 12 that year, or that event. So maybe it was just a sign for teams that were going to take some dubs that year because.
I mean, to be fair.
My goodness, you know?
That event was weird. Preston was running the main ER.
Really?
Then he said, screw that, I don't want to run it. I picked it up, and I picked the laser gun. Pierce roasted me every day for this.
The EBR or whatever it was? Or
R3K? The red.
What?
I used that because I didn't know what to use. Yeah, I was a weirdo back then. And
wait, so at that point, you were just an SMG at that point?
I think I was like more of a flex.
Really?
So
okay.
Like, yeah. And Preston was AR. But like,
yo, that's weird.
And Pierce was a sub. As weird as all that sounds, that's how it went. Like Preston was main, I was flex, and Pierce was sub. But after that event, I told my team, I was like, I costed you guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And I played like every day after that. That's how mad I was.
No way.
Yeah.
That's actually crazy. I didn't realize that there was like a role change. So was Preston kind of like the AR at that point?
Preston's always been an AR before
we
actually made the Pro League. Yeah.
That's actually crazy. Dang, I didn't realize that. But I mean that had to have been a pretty big win for you guys, beating FaZe and kind of like in IW there in the first event too, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, it was big. It was really big because it was the first event after I quit my job, and it's like, this is gonna be the dumbest thing I ever done, and I have to explain this to all my family, or I'm like a genius, and now
then here you are beating FaZe, you know, like
now I'm on FaZe.
yeah, that's so insane. It's insane, man. So we'll definitely talk more about that a little bit for sure. So next thing is a video game trailer, and I am very excited for you to try to guess this one. So also, by the way, you got on the board there with 200 points off the rip. So you're already rocking and rolling on the leaderboards, things you love to see. And now for the video game trailer, if you guess it in the first part, which is a little bit shorter of a clip, you get 300 points. And then if you guess it in the second part of the clip, if your first guess is wrong, and you get 150 points. So pretty straightforward.
I'm giving you a heads up. I'm not a gamer.
Oh man,
I don't know games at all. So this might be easy.
I think you have a chance for this one. So again, it could be any game. Here we go. Let's check it out.
But you can't make a deal if you've got nothing to bargain with. You gotta be inside the game.
Nah.
Nothing.
Nothing. I don't even know what I'm thinking. I'm thinking like a Resident Evil or something.
Okay.
That's probably not even close.
It's not Resident Evil, but I think you're in the right. You're in the right direction. Let's go out. Let's go to the part 2 of the clip and see what you can get here. I think you can get this one for sure.
To buy it, you gotta have faith, and that's what I'm here for. To make you believe.
Nah.
Nothing coming to mind? Oh, man.
I don't play, I tell you, I don't play games.
See,
like, I've told my chat this like multiple times when I stream. I've never really played a solo, like a campaign game at all. So I don't know what kind of game that is.
The irony of this one is that you have played this game.
Have I?
This is Outlast right here.
Outlast?
Yeah.
See, I don't know, man. Like,
no. It's all good.
I got bullied into playing it though, so it doesn't count.
See, that's the thing. I remember. See, why I picked this one is because I remember an infamous clip that I saw on Twitter.
Oh no! I tweeted this. I said I might get in trouble for this.
Yeah. Something appeared on screen. You guys might have to go find that clip on your own. But something appeared on screen that generally cannot be shown on Twitch. And Arcitys was just like, "All right, yo, I'm out," and just like ended the stream.
Ended the stream in 5 seconds. I said, "Yo, if I get banned, I'm sorry, guys."
Yeah.
Ended this so fast.
I don't. Maybe it was like a year or something ago. I remember seeing that at some point. I was like, "That is so comedy," because I played Outlast. And I was like, this game is terrifying. And
that's probably why I don't remember it.
Yeah.
Every time it went to a cut screen, I said, nah, I can't do this. And I talked to my stream, so that's probably why I don't remember any of it.
Yeah, that makes sense. But hey,
I finished the second one. So
bro, I played the first. I think PewDiePie played the first one. And then I bought the second one, like, yo, I'm playing this. It's gonna happen. And then I got like maybe an hour in. I'm like, there's no way I can't finish this anymore. So I ended up watching somebody else play the rest of it.
Oh yeah.
But man, good effort though. Good effort. I like the effort. And we are at 200 points now, which is still pretty good pace for
what game did I say?
For the top leaderboard. You said Resident Evil.
See, I played both those on stream.
Oh, well, there you go.
I knew it was one of them.
Yeah. So I mean, you were right in the right area. So I love it.
That was close.
With that said, we can head into kind of our first segment, which is pretty straightforward. It's just talking kind of your background in esports, and all that. So obviously, you went on the eavesdrop like a year ago or so, sometime around then, like maybe heading into last year or something like that.
Yeah.
And with Hex and kind of talking about your beginnings in CoD on that show. I'd imagine most people who have watched or watching this have probably seen that episode of you on eavesdrop, more than likely. But I do want to talk kind of about like just your origins anyway, and just kind of go through those things. So first question is, when was the first time did you like actually like play competitive CoD, like GBs or like a tournament or like something along those lines?
Me and Preston tried playing GBs on MW3.
Dang, that's insane.
Other than that, like it wasn't like too serious.
Right.
Too serious for me, because like I always wanted to be a football player, or like I always like didn't have time to play that. So it's like,
yeah,
we did that, but other than that, it was more like we played pubs and like had friends that played pubs and just did that.
Yeah, kind of like the normal beginnings for people in CoD. That makes sense. Yeah, I mean, because I know I didn't play my first GB till Ghost, end of Ghost, like somewhere in there. What I really want to talk about is kind of like your insane like rise from like being like an AM to then being a pro, because you had like an insane like 1 year span of Black Ops 3 to IW where things just went insane. So I kind of wanted to read this off here because I kind of like timelined it out here. So in March of 2016, this is your first thing on the Gamepedia. You won the Perfect Alliance League in Black Ops 3, playing like online qualifiers with EZG. And I was looking at some of the players who were in there, like Mox, Pander, and Simp were playing in those qualifiers in BO3, which is pretty interesting. And I even saw that like Lando was casting it. And then like a few months later in September of 2016, you qualified for Black Ops 3 Champs and finished top 24 with Apotheon Esports, which is pretty
18 after the PA, whatever.
That's insane. Yeah, that's insane.
Turned 18 and we said, do we really want to try this year?
Yeah. And
we tried. We got our first event. I'm pretty sure the only event we all played in open bracket. We got top. I can't say the only event we played open bracket.
Yeah.
Was another one, but we got top 12. We lost to FaZe. The whole Preston and Clay thing, where Preston flipped off Clay.
Right.
And Clay were talking shit to him, but it's a great story because we teamed for like 3 years.
Yeah. It turns out great. Yeah, that's actually insane. I mean,
Clay was like, Preston, you're the one who flipped me off.
Yeah, what was that like? Because I mean, at some point, originally to like Clay, you're just some amateur guys who are playing in group play, and then at some point you turn into Arcitys and Pristini and teammates, which is pretty crazy.
That is crazy.
Yeah, so I mean, and that was September 2016 when you qualified for champs at BO3 and got top 24. So then December 2016, the beginning of IW, obviously, that was the clip we watched at the beginning where at CWL Vegas, you got top 12 with Gosu Crew, beating FaZe in the group stages. And, you know, right there with the pros now at that point, finishing top 12. And then freaking like 2-3 months later, it's insane, bro. You go from top 12, like you're like finally like we're like seeing yourself as a pro player. And then you are winning CWL Atlanta with eUnited beating Optic in the grand finals, which is insane. And obviously that was kind of like your arrival as like established CoD pros, like in the scene with Preston Pearson and Justin on that squad. So like, what was that like 11 months like just as a whole? Because I mean, that had to have been pretty surreal for you at the time, grinding and like seeing it pay off.
I mean, it's you go from saying like you're actually like you want to do this, like we want to be pro in this game, to actually playing the people you've watched for years, or like you watch, and it's a crazy feeling, because like I bet that's how people this day feel, like they're watching us, but like like anymore you can't get that chance anymore, so it's like weird. But like back then, like I've never thought I'd play a main stage versus Optic Gaming for grand finals, getting yelled at saying you don't have your router anymore, calling my brother a crackhead or something on stream,
literally.
All right, and it's just like you find the real truth about how bad it is being a pro, like being on main stage, because people are vicious. But at the same time, it's something I'm still working on. Like you gotta ignore all that and look at all the positives. People are trying to like help you. Like there's those. You can't look at the negative, like the 10% negative comments. You have to look at the 90% positive, and that's something a lot of pros have to work on. And that was like Monty Preston's biggest issue.
Oh yeah,
like,
for sure.
Becoming like going on that main stage, like there's these people just 10% just knocking you down.
Yeah,
but we didn't look at the positives at all.
Oh, for sure.
Just,
that gets really tough.
Yeah, it kind of like was our drive to wanting to be better and wanting to be the best, and it helped us a lot. But at the same time, you still can't do that. Like you have to look at the positive. Yeah,
that makes sense. I mean,
that's how like I look at that year. Is like,
oh yeah,
it's like a crazy feeling. Then like it gets taken down. Then like the people that help you up, like you just gotta make sure you listen to those guys.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, like in a sense, like the haters kind of drive you to be like, yo, I'm gonna prove these haters wrong, and like we're gonna keep winning and stay relevant in the scene. I know for me, like that was the first time I'm like, eUnited, like Arcitys, Pristini, who are these people? Like this is insane. Yeah, like what in the world? And like just seeing that happen was, I mean, really, I think one of the craziest moments like in COD, just to see you guys is like come out of like, for the average casual fan, like literally nowhere, to beat Optic in the grand finals that year was like pretty insane, especially with how good they had been.
I still think it's the craziest thing ever.
Yeah, literally, it is up there.
I mean, obviously we had our online thing where like everyone was roasting us, but like no one's still thinking we're gonna make it to the finals. No, because I mean at that point, like what you Preston and Pierce, I was gonna say like, yeah, you three were like all like really unknown. Like Silly had been around for quite a while at that point. Yeah. But you guys were relatively unknown to almost every fan out there at that point, besides like the hardcore ones. So like, like just to come on the scene and do that was pretty unreal. I mean, I don't even think we've ever hit like the top amateur stuff, like status either. Like I just think we like went from like B tier amateurs to like just hopping right in the pro. Like I don't think we like insane. I still thought there's amateurs that thought they were better than us, and we just got. What do you think changed for you guys, like going from like top 24 at BO3 champs to like, was it a mentality thing? Was it like just finding the right squad? Was it like working? Like what changed for you in that period of like top 24 at BO3 champs to then winning in February, like 6 months later? I think it was just me, Preston, and Pierce all on the same page. Yeah, we all like grew up not like wealthy or like in the best spot, and we all knew we had to like. Yeah, we all had that same mindset of like, screw everything. Like this is like we have one shot. Like me and like I wasn't gonna take it as more than 1 year to go pro or 2 years. Yeah. But I was just like, we gotta do this now. And Pierce like live and breathe the game. And let's just make this happen. That's what we did. That was the year where we had to play. There was no like the GBs. Yeah. Oh and I actually played from like I don't know 3 p.m. to like 8 a.m. every day and woke up and tried doing it. We made pool play, but that didn't help. We got top 12, but. Yeah. I mean, even though, I mean, like, you getting top 12 there, though, kind of like allowed you to get on eUnited, right? And then, like, kind of make that happen, too. I think that's like a mindset a lot of amateurs have, too. Like, back in the day when there was like pool play and all that, I feel like a lot of amateurs were happy with top 24 and just making pool play, and they're like, yo, who wants to travel or like pay for our traveling? And we weren't like that. We wanted to like keep going and going.
The eyes were always set on pro. You know, like, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, that's really cool. I mean, obviously, the other thing I really want to talk to you about kind of like in that same era was something that really changed the course of a lot of things for competitive CoD over the next few years, which was the Gunless and Clay trade in IW. Which, I mean, obviously, you don't got to get into no details here, but obviously, at the end of the day, like this changed a lot of things because, I mean, this created kind of like the ripple for the rise dominance in World War II, and then it got Clay with you and Preston, which kind of created the eUnited BO4 team in a sense too, obviously. So I mean, like thinking back on that, what are your thoughts like on the impact of that trade and the effect that it had over like the coming of few years for competitive CoD and for your team?
I think it helped. We all say like at the end of the day, Pierce is like, nah, I shouldn't have done that. Like I was just being a baby. But like I think it helped all our careers because if that didn't happen, we'd probably just stay in our shells and not be who we are today. And Clay helped us a lot outside of gaming and inside of gaming. What
was that like for you with like Clay and connecting with him? I mean, obviously like you guys had just recently, like a few months before that, won your first tournament, and then Clay was like, yo, let's team together. So like, what was that kind of process like for you and like trading for Clay and that whole situation? Like, how did that work out?
Clay is someone you always want to play with, but like,
oh, definitely.
I don't even know. I still don't know how it went down. Just Pierce was like, send me these teams. I said, well, can we get Clay? Like, because Clay's like one of the people that like have always been at the top and like always will help you get out of your shell and make you look better, make you play better, make everything around you better, and just help you in general. Like, he helped me and Preston a lot outside of gaming, and that's something like a lot of players won't do. And Clay is one of those guys who will. Yeah,
that makes sense. I mean, because I know you said that like, you know, World War II was obviously tough where you guys weren't like winning and weren't like making it happen. But like, what was the decision to like stick together as a squad heading into BO4 and as a squad of 3 at least with BO4, and then like then end up picking up AbeZy, and then eventually with Simp, of course. Obviously there was a whole JCap thing in there, but like at the end of the day, like how did that play out with you guys and like you, Preston and Clay, like deciding to stick together?
That's all burnt. That was all burnt. We all had our things we wanted to do after World War II, because World War II obviously wasn't the best year. We all had respect for each other, and that's why it worked out at the end of the day that we all knew like we just wanted to win. That's why I almost went with Pierce, Telegy, it's whatever. But at the end of the day, Burns got us Tyler. I really wanted me and Preston were friends with Tyler. We started talking at the airport. Like we became really good friends with Tyler because of like the league play, the rank play. So like,
for sure,
he was a good addition.
And he was grinding the league play at that point, you know, in World War II.
He does.
Yeah, man.
But then there's the whole like, who was our fifth? We didn't like. We thought it was Fellow, then we thought it was Cap, and we don't know who it was. But at the end of the day, we got Cap, and it was a good signing.
Right.
I don't know. It was all weird. It was all Burns, and you got to tip your hat to Burns.
And then eventually Simp comes in, and it's all history at that point, obviously. But I mean, because one thing I really liked that you mentioned on the eavesdrop. Right, shout out. Because you mentioned on the eavesdrop, like after BO4, after you guys won, and like trying to figure out like the new drive of like what's gonna make me want to keep grinding CoD at this point, and like finding kind of like your identity again, like after doing the thing that like most CoD pros have been chasing for like some decades, like a decade. And I mean, like for you guys to do it in your first few years as a CoD pro, for Simp and AbeZy to do it in their first months as a CoD pro, which is insane. I was just really impressed with your guys' drive to like continue to grind and win like after BO4, like heading into Modern Warfare and then like into this year. So like, what was that kind of like transition for you? Like figuring that new drive to like be the best in the game?
I mean, the whole drive was going back to back. We obviously Clay's the one who got it.
Yeah.
Then the drive was, like join this team was like, screw that. We can't do the back, but we can try to build a dynasty. Try to do our thing. I wanted to build a dynasty with the MW squad. MW happened, whatever. The whole COVID thing happened and kind of ruined that team over there. With COVID and stuff.
Oh, but, man, that makes sense.
This team, we all know how we like to play and how like we get along. We all get along super well. MC's a freak. Me and Chris, Chris and Tyler have been playing for a while. They've been playing a while. So it was like a really good fit. They just needed I don't think they needed a lot, to be honest. I think just needed like a fun game, like a game they want to enjoy and like actually want to get better. And I think
definitely
it's showing this year, and I'm thankful to be on this team and be helping them and them helping me.
Oh, for sure.
And it's just like the whole dynasty talk, like we see it on Reddit every day, and like it drives us every day to be better. Like we want to keep playing, we want to keep winning. Like we won, and we won and I was demoralized. I'm not gonna lie. Like we went out, talked to each other, and I was like,
I mean, you were like, your interview was straight comedy.
Oh,
I thought it was absolute comedy.
The whole interview, like I'm super trolling. Like I thought people figured that out, and like I understand. Like someone on Dallas was mad. I was like, dude, you can't take me serious at all, because like there was so much shit talk on the main stage of that finals. I was like, I'm sorry, I'm gonna keep going because this is funny.
Oh,
like,
for sure.
There's no hard feelings with the Dallas guys. I think those guys are all super talented, super well, and I'm glad that they're back.
Yeah, definitely. I mean,
but, like again,
it makes league more fun.
Oh yeah, and I was like super demoralized because I did bad. I was in grand finals. I was like, dude, like I'm sorry, I almost lost to you guys. Like, thank you guys for clutching
man.
up and stuff.
Come on, game 9, bro. Like, bro, you can't be letting this happen, bro.
But it's like, it's just like that drive that all of us have. Like we all hate doing bad. And Tyler has his games where he's like, dude, like I'm sorry, like he's like, I just hate doing bad. Like we beat, was it Minnesota or was it Toronto? Where he's like, dude, I lost full because he was doing bad. Like
was it the 3-1 against Minnesota? Maybe
we 3-0 Toronto or Minnesota. It was Toronto.
Oh, at the major.
Yeah. He came to my room and we had like do our tests and everything. He's like, dude, I lost full because like I didn't do so well. I said, me neither, brother. It's fine. We're pulling out the dub, like
right. And that's what makes your guys scary. So even if you're not all firing on all cylinders, you can still pull out the dub because they all are just straight up nasty.
Yeah, none of us are gonna be like super complacent where it's like, dude, I like whatever. I didn't do it good. Like all of us were like, oh, we want to do our best, and it shows because the next time we play, we're all frying. Like I went from a 0.8 in Major 2 to a getting player of the stage, and it just shows like how bad we want this, all of us.
I know, literally, it's actually wild. I mean, one thing that I noticed when I was like looking through some things was like thinking back to your eUnited squad, like the original one. I mean, Silly won champs in World War II, then Clay, and then you brought in Clay for IW, and then Clay wins in Modern Warfare, and then you guys looking pretty good here in Cold War to make and winning a lot so far, and then obviously you guys all won in BO4. So I mean, lots of champs things going on here throughout that those IW United squads. A lot of winning going on.
Shout out United.
Yeah, man. Shout out to United for sure. But I think with that said, we could probably just head into our next Name That segment, which is the last 3 of the show. And the first one is a Call of Duty gun from COD history. You name the game, 50 points. If you name the gun, 100 points to get yourself on the board. Without further ado, let's head right into this one. Let's check it out. There it is. Anything coming to mind?
You said jammer incoming?
Yeah, I think he did.
Is this an MW gun?
Not an MW gun.
Oh, okay. As long as it's not an MW gun.
No, I ain't doing that to you, man. Come on now.
Can you play one more time?
All right, here we go.
Is that Ghost? Is that the Remington?
Oh, it is, baby. It's Ghost, the Remington.
Porter Brewery, man.
It is.
It threw me off. If you didn't say Porter Brewery, I want to know. I want to know what gun that was.
I couldn't give you a gun that you played a game pro in. That would have been too unfair, man. Come on, man. That is the Remington Ghost, which is one of the best guns of all time. That's one of my favorites ever, for sure. But
telling you, if it didn't say Porter Brewery, I wouldn't know what it was. That like freight?
Yeah, literally. So that gets you up to 350 points, which is currently you're only 100 back of Easy Mac and Shady Nero. You're 150 back of Proper Cast. So you are right there with 2 more to go here. No, you're actually in.
That's all I need to know.
You're in 3rd right now.
That's all I need to
know. You're doing all right. Here we go. The next one it's a COD personality. I think you kind of have an unfair advantage with this one compared to some of our other guests, but we'll see what happens. And this is a COD Pro, just an interview for one of the COD Pros. If you name it in the first part, which is really short, you get 300 points. If you name it in the second part, which is a little bit longer, you get 150. So here we go. Let's roll it with the COD personality. Let's check it out.
I think after the first map win, I was feeling really good, and from there, I just kind of let the adrenaline ride. And
all right, there it is.
Okay, that's 6'3" standy.
Yes, sir, it is. Yes, sir, it is. I mean, I was even trying to throw you off with one of the newer players in the league, see if you could get thrown off. But man, you're on your game. I appreciate that.
I play with Standy. Like me and him are pretty.
Let's go.
Pretty friends, so I know.
Let's
I know
go.
it's
When was the first time you played with Standy, or like roughly?
Had to be last year.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I mean, he was nasty in Modern Warfare.
I think we played like Among Us together.
Oh, for real? Freaking shout out Among Us. Let's go. Well, good news. That was 300 points for getting it in the first part of the clip, which already skyrockets you to first place in the leaderboards, baby. Let's freaking go. And Easy Mac is out of here, baby. Things you love to see.
Austin should have got apathy right,
bro. Right? That's what I'm saying. I mean, that was just insane.
He listens to my voice every day, so he probably doesn't know.
Yeah, exactly. So the last one here is a COD history moment. We'll rock and roll and play through the whole thing, and then fire away a guess at the end. So let's check this one out.
Now it's Envoy in a 1 versus 2 to get us to the actual round 11.
This is me and Preston, Hacienda 1v2 Preston.
Yes, sir.
I'm confusing Preston watches over.
Not on it.
Yes, sir.
This is one of the best moments in my life.
Not on it. Now
so good.
50-50. This could work out perfectly.
I didn't even know.
He's gonna spot them both. He didn't finish the kill. Can he find the last one?
Oh, it's so
good.
Can
he find it? Proceeding.
I played this like a burger, but
He didn't get the kill, and eUnited take it.
Yes, sir.
I thought you were gonna hit me with the MW, the TJ and Dylan Envoy.
Oh no, that would have been tough. That would have been tough. But yeah, man. I mean, obviously you nailed it. That was the CWL Miami Grand Finals, Hacienda Map 2, Envoy versus you and Preston, the 1v2, which is just classic in itself. Insane, crazy. I mean, what was going through your mind when you're defusing that thing and Preston's looking over you? And Envoy hops the fence, and you're like, "Oh no, here we go!" You know, like what was going through your mind?
Was it winners finals or was it grand final? I think it was winners.
It might have been winners.
Because if we went down 0-2 and winners, we would have lost full.
I actually have the footage right here. I could check it real quick. Yeah, you guys are up 1-0.
Oh yeah, then it was the second
grand
best
finals.
Yeah,
Second best of 5. That's what it is.
I mean, yeah, that's at that moment we knew it was over.
Yeah.
Because
because
who doesn't lose full during that? Like,
bro, he had you too. He missed like 2 bullets on the bomb. Like, yo, Dylan, what are you doing, brother? That's tough.
We just had to get those clutch moments so Chris and Tyler could do their thing. Us three just had to make sure we clutched up.
Because that also that broke Clay's like 1,400-day drought of winning or whatever it was, and you guys obviously found the dub at CWL Miami, which was insane. And I think in that series that was like the weird situation where it gave Gen G like an extra round.
Yep, I remember that. I think it was like 4-5. We're up.
Yeah, like it's
and it said 5-5, and we're all freaking out. We're like, "What the hell's going on?"
Yeah, that was insane. I don't know if you noticed. I refed I did like reffing with with MLG, and so I started reffing in World War II. So I reffed you guys quite a few times.
I think was that the event where we went up to there and we saw you guys?
Maybe because
there's an event we went to, like it wasn't like it was something like Hell's Kitchen, but it wasn't actually Hell's Kitchen. And like we saw you guys.
Was that? Oh, that was that. No, yeah, it was that. That was the kickoff event for Modern Warfare. That was, I think, at Minnesota.
Oh, okay.
I think because we went to a Hell's Kitchen. It was like one of the Hell's Kitchens.
Yeah, it was.
I think there. Yeah, one of the fake Hell's Kitchens. Right. But yeah. I think you guys were there, right? It would make a lot of sense. But the whole Envoy thing was like, I was in a bot lobby earlier that day, I think, on that event, and it was like, the rest had nothing to do. We were just sitting in a bot lobby, and then Envoy joined our bot lobby, and I was like, yo, he is insane. I was like, I ain't touching this dude. And I was like, I don't know, people gotta be worried, but you guys took him down. 650 points in the bag, #1 on the leaderboards. Things you absolutely love to see. So our final little topic here is just a few like questions and things I want to talk to you about. And you know, that I think it's kind of a little bit underrated in the COD scene. So first question is, this is definitely something that is not thought about enough between fans and probably not talked about the pros because it's just hard to talk about, is how much do player tendencies and you knowing the player tendencies affect gameplay, like in the match and in moments? Like, obviously it's insanely underrated and something that us as casual viewers just could never know how well you know someone else's ability to in search and destroy or whatever it is. So what does that look like to you guys? Like if you're in a 1v1 with X player and you're like, all right, I know this guy likes to do this, or he doesn't plant, or he doesn't defuse, or whatever it is, how does that come to play for you, like in a match?
So obviously, like we'll go into like specific people later, but like our team likes to go over VODs a lot, and
yeah,
like before matches we pick up on S&D tendencies, and it kind of like messes with our heads because we want to hard counter what they're doing instead of playing our game.
Right.
So like so we screw up by doing that a lot, and then like the grand finals versus Dallas, we tried hard counting a lot of their S&D.
Okay, yeah.
And the last S&D, we just said screw it, just play our game, and we went up 5-2.
Right.
So there's that, but like the whole like, I know what Preston's gonna do in S&D. I know what Clay knows what we're gonna do in S&D. Like,
yeah,
if Clay talks about it all the time. Like he knows like what's going on in our heads because we've teamed us so long.
Yeah, because he talked about that in the round 11 1v1 with Simp on Express. Because he was like, yo, I knew Simp wasn't going to diffuse or whatever it was, and like that type of stuff. So it definitely comes to play at points.
I've clutched on Tyler before, and I've done like I knew exactly what was going to happen when I faked the bomb. I knew he'd like come and try to chase me. Yeah, I'd imagine like last year a lot that happened when you guys were playing FaZe. Oh yeah. And just like everything, like the 1v1 versus Preston, like that was the weirdest 1v1 I've ever been in. But like I knew he would like cross me somehow, and I got him. On Checkmate, right? What? Or was that the one on Checkmate? Yeah. Like I knew, like I don't know. It's just like something like you realize who you're playing. You're just like, okay, like I feel like he's gonna do this, and like you're kind of like you feel like you're gonna keep getting right. Yeah. It's just so weird because like you shouldn't be playing like that because you know like the other guy's like, who am I playing? Like, oh, I'm playing my brother. Yeah. I'm gonna mix it up right here and just do something stupid. Yeah. And I felt like that's what he tried doing, but like he's kind of screwed up with his movement. Yeah. Have you ever done that before? You're like, oh, I know this guy knows what I like to do, so I'm gonna like. We do it to Clay all the time. Yeah, throw it off. Yeah, every time we're like, it's Clay. It's like same with like Dylan and where like he's last alive. We're like, all right, turn. Like you've heard it in the 100 T's. Like there's comms video where it's like, all right, Dylan's last alive. All right, turn around. You saw the whole team turn around. You're like, oh shit, there he is. Dylan's right there. It's like. You know, like a lot of pro players are playing against each other so long that you know tendencies, like and that's why it's gonna happen. Really important to like know who's last alive or who's there because immediately you're like, all right, yo, we need to like this is where this guy is, you know, and like that's why counting those names is so important. So, I mean, again, like that's why it's so tough for us is like, oh, like why did this guy make this play like in this moment? But it might have been because you knew that this guy is this player and he's gonna do this thing, and like there's like all those weird things where it's like. At the end of the day, it's kind of like in football where you don't always know what play they call. This is the exact same thing like with CoD Pros, not exactly knowing what the situation is or what that looks like either. So the next question was just a real quick one, and I wanted to hear what you had to say. Who do you think would be a more dominant team if Simp stayed the whole year on was on the team on the whole year on BO4 eUnited or Cold War FaZe? I had to go Cold War FaZe. I think 5-5 is more like anyone's game. I feel like 44 with how much prep we've been putting in and how much our coaches have helped. Shout out to the coaches. Like we say it a lot, but like shout out to those guys. We wouldn't be the team we are without them. Yeah. But like our BO4 team at the start we're like like we go hard, but like we don't go like how we are today. Like our FaZe team today is like a lot of people are like, oh, we were gonna be good because of Gunskill and how like that, but I think our team's really good because of our teamwork and how we all get along and how we all respect each other. Passion for the game. Yeah. We all want to get on and like get better, and it's like we all understand that. Not saying our eUnited team was like that, but like I feel like 5-5 was a little more mixier than 44. Definitely. We can control the chaos in 44. Yeah, that was literally my next question, which is such good timing. I was gonna ask do you feel like at this point are there any teams that still struggle with like the transition from 5v5 to 4v4 or certain players, or like at this point is it pretty ironed out like this is 4v4 and like this is how we work? Are there moments where it could still cause people problems? Nah, I don't think it. I think with I think 44. If you don't understand 44 over 5v5. There's something wrong. There's something wrong with what's going on with you. But like 5v5, like BO4, like again with the eUnited versus FaZe thing, like specialists change the game. Grenade, like one person can have a grenade change the game. Grapple compared to like 44 the war machines. War machine. Like someone can get it 3 times in a game and change the game. Literally, you can't do that in 44. You'd only get streaks, and like if you get streaks in this game, Congrats. You don't actually like guarantee yourself a war like streaks compared to BO4 where you can guarantee it, or you could just get a war machine because you're in the game.
For sure. Yeah, that makes sense. Was there like much of a difference in your mind? Like, was it obvious? Like, oh wow, we have to figure like these changes out immediately, or did it come like pretty naturally?
It came naturally. I think the thing that got me the most was the jetpack versus boots on the ground.
Yeah.
At the start of the year, like you could tell me and Preston were like getting
yeah.
And like
in World War II.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff going on about that, but like I've turned it around for sure. Like we
definitely. No, that makes sense. Did Clay help with that transition at all, like in World War II, or like how did that play out?
I can't remember. I shocked.
Right.
The whole World War II year just gone.
Doesn't exist. Yeah, no, I feel that. I feel that for sure. Okay, so my other thing here was I wanted to do a this or that with specific in-game skills in Call of Duty and decide which one is more important if you had to choose between one. All right, so this or that, gun skill or communication.
Who's on my team?
Fair play. Fair play.
My team right now, communication.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. And then anticipation or movement?
Movement.
Yeah.
You see Shotzi on the map.
Dude,
I barely see him.
Freaking wizard. Some of the plays, like literally just like recently the one on Garrison where he was just like slipping and sliding between dark and like pushing up towards caution or whatever was
saw
just.
That and I couldn't believe what I was watching.
Yeah, bro. It looked like he has a different controller.
Oh yeah, it looks like he's like playing MW still, and we're playing Cold War.
Yeah, literally with auto tac sprint or whatever. Like my goodness.
Shout out to him though. He looks 30 times better.
Literally, like from him, like from like what he was like in January, like he is frying
all
now.
Of them do. They all look crazy now.
It's crazy for sure. Okay, so next one is recoil control or patience.
Patience. I think we're keep going down the line in Call of Duty where recoil is not a thing.
Right.
So I'd have to go patience. Like Warzone's kind of like changing like Call of Duty, so it makes everyone actually enjoy shooting a gun instead of like actually having recoil.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. I mean, like that's the thing is like there's so much like talk of like the come up for like amateur players, like players who are just starting playing competitive, like how do I improve my recoil control? How do I improve my gun skill? But like at the same time, if anyone plays as much as you've played COD over the past 10 years or like, you know, decade or whatever, they're going to have, I'd imagine they're going to have decent recoil control at that point. The last two here, clutch ability, their ability to clutch or reaction time.
Hard one.
Ice in the veins or reaction time?
I'd go ice in the veins.
Yeah.
Reaction time's not going to help your shot. So
right.
I think just having that ice and just show like our ice this like in that Toronto series was crazy. Like
oh my word,
we iced up a lot and it helped like obviously helped us win because we'd been set to lose if we didn't ice up. There's like a whole post about like Atlanta FaZe on LAN just like ice up this map, and ice up this map. It's like yeah, we actually did. We iced up every like map we played against Toronto.
Yeah, literally. I mean, it was actually insane. And then the last one is finesse or positioning.
Positioning. I think people overdo the finesse, and it just every time I see someone just sliding back and forth, sometimes I'm just like, you're just doing too much, and you're just trying to piss me off.
Yeah.
Like I'm sitting on a head glitch still. Just please, just chow me.
Yeah, please, for the love of all things, chow me. Oh yeah, no, I love that. So if you could rank kind of like the top 4 of those, like what comes to mind? Like if people are trying to focus on like these 4 abilities to kind of really like the core abilities to work on moving forward, like what would be the 4 things you'd be like, all right, these are the core things you just need to like grind towards?
I've always been a hater of someone who can't shoot and talk at the same time.
Yeah,
I'd go with communication. Has to be top 1. Like how like you've played Call of Duty this long and you can't call out and shoot at the same time. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, man. Dude.
Push an R2 or R1 and you can't use your mouth.
Bro. And that's the thing. And that is such a big difference between players who are just starting. Because like they have to think about the game. They have to think about everything they're doing. And like nothing's like natural for them. Like you, where all of the most important things that you do around the map are natural. And then you can focus on comms and like really communicating those things for your teammates, which is like huge.
Yeah, I'd rather lose a little gun skill to communicate.
Yeah,
having great gun skill and not saying a word. Yeah,
that makes sense because you're helping to throw other people on the map with you, which makes like a ton of sense. So like then like where do like the other things rank in there too, where you just really focus on and dial in for like the average person out there? Movement.
I'd say movement, like clutch. I don't know
and then like
anything else.
positioning.
Yeah, probably positioning last.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Movement and then like clutch. The clutch factor is like, I don't know. It's just something like clutching is like something like you have to enjoy.
Yeah.
If you don't enjoy clutching, it's just like
the pressure.
You're not gonna clutch. Yeah, you have to enjoy the pressure on. So clutching is not something like you could like gain. It's just something you have to enjoy. And, like,
I mean, it's obviously you don't have to name anybody, but other conversations with your teammates are like, yo, this guy doesn't have the ice. Like, this guy doesn't have the ice. You're like, yo, wait, I got this.
There's someone that I've always seen in 1v1s or 1v2s that I'm always like, yeah, he's gonna win it.
Okay.
It's Dylan Price, man.
Oh man,
I don't know what that guy has, but I need whatever he's taking because that guy has a straight ice in his veins.
I love it.
It's not like the lucky ice, like just like some crazy random like piecing.
Right.
It's like Dylan knows what he wants to do, and it shows.
Yeah. The
he
plan,
keeps doing it.
the anticipation.
Running through on artillery. Fuck
the
that
reads. Right.
Guy right through
man, straight through the artillery, bro. That's ice right there.
Yeah.
I mean, my word, that confidence. But the last thing I was want to talk about real quick, was just kind of like the vibes of stage 4 and the having LAN back. And in your opinion, did it matter at all? Did LAN have an effect? Like from a pro player's perspective, did LAN have an effect?
I don't think LAN had that big of an effect. I think when fans come back, there will be a bigger effect.
Yeah.
But I still don't think it'll be like crazy. I think a lot of teams like New York, there's a couple others like the whole Thieves situation, like people don't have their fourth, and it's like we didn't get to see like some of the best teams at their tippy top. So it's like we don't know, but next one we will. Yeah,
stage 5 is gonna be crazy, especially
it's gonna be great.
Especially if there are the chance to have fans.
Too.
Yeah, if we can have fans, like what the Overwatch said that they're having fans for their next event. So hopefully we can have them for COD, and then having like New York back at full power and Thieves with a solidified roster finally, and all those things will be a ton of fun. So I mean that LAN's gonna be crazy. What were the vibes like at stage 4? Did it feel like the CWL like in Columbus? Like what did it feel like just having the empty stadium there playing on LAN?
Other than the walkout where people were pointing to no one in the crowd, I think it was just fine. I think we all got like that little like the jitters back, like we're excited to play again. It's like instead like some people do, like some teams don't even go to a facility and play together. Like that'd be mind blowing to me. Like I want to be able to get into it and like I don't know, because I thank God like all of us go to the facility and play there, because I don't know, like I couldn't get hyped or do anything like that.
Do you guys scrim from home?
We do, yeah.
Okay.
Besides like a day or two before our matches.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that makes sense. But I mean, yeah, as a whole, I'm just really looking forward to stage 5 and what can happen there. So, man, bro, this has been an absolute blast, brother. I've been having a great time. Obviously, anytime you want to come back on the channel, you are down. We have, the podcast around here always can hop on as well. Yeah. But this is the time to roll out the red carpet for Arcitys for you and plug whatever you got going on. I know you got the YouTube channel, but you've been posting on every so often and doing the gameplays over there. What else been going on for you, man?
I don't think I want any plugs. I think I'm just getting in the zone. Like I love it. I've been taking a break with streaming and all, like social media a lot. I just like focusing on like what I need to work on as a person. Like I've been working out like a lot more. I've been doing stuff I need to work on as a person. Like in game, I've been working on like watching VODs just by myself and something.
I love that, man.
A lot of people do. I need to just like take a deep breath and just focus on myself with these couple days, just have off.
I mean, I know because I watched the eavesdrop and took a few notes. And one thing that you said on the eavesdrop was that when you realize that focusing on yourself out of game helped you improve in game was kind of like a big key for you. I mean, like I thought that was awesome. And like, dude, I feel like the exact same thing when like I focus on myself like out of content and like not just the YouTube stuff. Like I think it helps improve the content too, and just the vibes as a whole, just day to day, man. That matters a lot. So as a whole, guys, I really appreciate all of you guys for watching. Arcitys, shout out for coming on. Again, go check out Arcitys. Obviously, I'd imagine you guys are already following him on Twitter, but give him the subscription on YouTube as well with the gameplays, and watch out for future content, hopefully, with that Arcitys is firing out there. At least maybe some off-season vibes too and doing things like that. So again, appreciate you for coming on, and shout out everybody for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, share the video if you guys really enjoyed it, and I really do appreciate it. And guys, we will see you next time. We out.